Hey guys, welcome back. So today we'll be talking about constructive dismissal. Now, imagine a situation where instead of giving you notice or salary in lieu, your employer decides to just create a hostile atmosphere. You come to work, they're not giving you work. You just sit down for morning to night, nothing will happen, they'll not give you work. Or you come to work, they decide to kill you with everything, all the tasks, even the one you're not supposed to do. They ask you to go and clean the front of the house, the office, to go and sweep, to go and buy petrol, to do so. It's never your task. Imagine you're employed as an accountant, they give you buckets. If you come every morning, you must sweep, you must do this one. You start seeing things that are not normal. Oh, your salary is 100k, you just come one day and they tell you they've slashed your salary to 50,000 naira. All these things with the idea of just making sure that you on your own, you run away from the employment. Now, when an employer creates such atmosphere, it is what we can term constructive dismissal, especially at that point when the employee, because of all these things, now decide to, I'm done, I want to leave the employment, I now quit. That is constructive dismissal. Constructive dismissal occurs when an employer creates a hostile environment or employs trick or such other unlawful means to getting the employee to do what? To leave the employment against his or her own will. Now, you have a situation where you have an issue with your boss. It has been referred to human HR for deliberation. And the next thing, HR is telling you is either you resign or we'll terminate you. You better resign or Oga resign. And you're asking, why am I supposed to resign? What happened? And they're just telling you, just resign, resign, so that we will not give you. Now, there's undue influence. It's not your intention to resign, but what? There's influence that you should resign. Now, such scenarios, such instances, any of such things that actually force an employee to resign against their will can be termed constructive dismissal. Like I've talked about the salary slashing, unfair assignment of roles, not giving of job, because one of the responsibilities of an employer under the Labor Act is the fact that every employer has a duty to provide job. If you employ me, you must provide job for me. Now, what's your remedy as an employee? As an employee, if your employer decides to constructively dismiss you, now, then pursue you, not directly but indirectly. You don't want to go, but they force you to go. You can actually institute an action against your employer for what? Constructive dismissal, and you can seek damages. Now, most employers or most companies or most establishments will always think that, yes, the practice is usually that at most salary, they'll just say, okay, give 1 month salary, and that salary you'd have given, that you'd have paid the person as if the person works for 1 month instead of that notice period. But no, recently in the case of Emeka versus Maidon Pharmaceuticals, a recent case the Court of Appeal released, the judgment was given towards the end of July. The Court of Appeal basically established that, see, it goes beyond 1 month salary in lieu. It goes beyond that. The court has a responsibility to look at what would be being the entitlement of the employee, the employment had not been terminated unlawfully, and also what are the damages, surrounding factors, what are the damages that were suffered by the employees. And you can find out that if the person's salary in lieu is 100, maybe monthly salary is 100,000, instead of getting 100,000 naira as compensation, the court can as much as go towards giving 5 million naira as damages to compensate that person. So for employers and employees, you have to understand that constructive dismissal is not allowed under the law. It's unlawful, and there are remedies against employers who actually indulge in constructive dismissal. If you must terminate your employee's contract of employment, issue the requisite notice. If you don't give notice, do what? Give salary in lieu. Don't say no one here. Cheers.